All right, boys and girls, moving on to example 5. They want us to verify the identity, and we have cosecant of beta plus 1 equals cotangent of beta over secant of beta minus tangent of beta. Okay, so I think what I'll do is, I think this time I'll work with the right-hand side because I don't think there's enough for me to work with this side, okay? So a lot of you have been asking me how I've been getting rid of there's a glare. How I've been getting rid of the denominators. And pretty much what I've been doing is multiplying by the conjugate. So the conjugate is basically the same thing, except it's opposite, if that makes sense. So there's not enough room for me to do there. But basically, I've been multiplying by secant of theta plus tangent of beta. Sorry, I'm squeezing it in here. And of course, with denominators, whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. I'm sorry, I meant with fractions. So this is called a conjugate, with basically you get like the same factors, except one's minus and one's positive. So secant of beta plus tangent of beta, okay? And then what happens is you can do FOIL here, and feel free to do FOIL. But I recognize this when my factors are minus and plus, I'm going to get, ready? I'm going to get secant square beta minus tangent square beta, okay? And the top, I can see they're completely different, so I'm just going to leave them as factors. So I'm just going to separate cotangent of beta times secant of beta plus tangent of beta. So I'm just going to leave it as separate, okay? So let me see. Sorry, I have that glare. I'm trying to avoid that glare. So again, I'm just multiplying by the conjugate to the denominator and the numerator. And then I'll do FOIL at the bottom, and I get secant square beta minus tangent square beta. And then to the numerator, I'm just going to leave it as factors. So leave it apart, okay? Now, what happens next is I'm going to use one of the trig properties, one of the Pythagorean identities, and basically the denominator will simplify to give me 1, okay? So what I have next is, I'm running out of room here, so let me grab a different whiteboard. So applying one of my Pythagorean identities, the denominator simplifies to 1, so I should just have my numerator. So I should just have cotangent of beta times secant of beta plus tangent of beta, okay? And then remember, our goal is to make it be cosecant of beta plus 1, okay? Remember, that's your goal. So if I concentrate over here, what I'm going to do is, I don't have much to do, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and distribute this cotangent, okay? So I'm going to distribute here and distribute here. So basically, cotangent of beta times secant of beta will give me cotangent of beta times secant of beta. And then cotangent and tangent, they're reciprocals of each other. So if they're reciprocals of each other, it'll just give me 1, okay? So we're getting a little bit closer to that, okay? So now I'm going to rewrite cotangent, and I'm going to rewrite cotangent as cotangent, I'm going to rewrite it as cosine of beta over sine of beta, okay? So cosine of beta over sine of beta, just using an identity, okay? And also secant, we know secant is the same as 1 over cosine of beta. And then, of course, we have the plus 1, okay? So this simplified to that. Then, since we're multiplying these fractions, cosine and cosine will cancel out. So now I'm going to have 1 over sine of beta plus 1. And boys and girls, 1 over sine of beta, that's the same as cosecant. So this is cosecant of beta plus 1. Okay. And did I make the right side look just like the left side? Absolutely. So that's when you're done. Okay. Again, these are all just identities. Okay. And after a while, I don't need to refer to my index card. I don't need to refer to the book. But if I don't memorize them, it's not a big deal. Just make sure you have them nearby, okay? So you can understand and work with your identities, okay? All right, so now you have enough to do the checkpoint underneath on example 5.